I'm writing another book on senior living investing,
Mm.
because seniors, lots of people are turning seniors now. What that means is 10,000 baby boomers are turning 65 every night in USA.
Wow.
10,000 of us, I'm 70
Yeah.
now. Really 70. My wife says, you're not 70 yet, August. So, that's where there is a huge demand for seniors housing.
Right.
So I have
Right.
a huge passion right now to
Yeah.
really help and build very affordable housing for assisted living and memory care. So we are able to charge 4,300, I think, a month, which includes restaurant style meals, 3 meals a day,
Right.
plus snacks, plus there is a caregiving, laundry, linen, and caregiving in medicine to the residents. And then also, what's the other? Oh, it's got library in my whole complex. There are library, salon, spa, and movie theater, grand
Yeah, that sounds
pianos,
really.
all that. Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering, so you're talking about all this like positive mentality that you have, which is just awesome. I actually like aspire to be like that,
Sure.
to get to your place. Um, so I was wondering, is that something that you have always had, or did you like learn to grow to have more positive um, practices and
Very good point, but I'm so glad you're saying that. Actually, I was not born that way. Nobody's born. Majority of the time, we are very carefree when we are born, but the
yeah.
circumstances make us more negative, and circumstances make us believe things are not right. And then we also hear a lot from everybody around us that you cannot do this, you cannot do that. I really believe I have gained the knowledge of positivity through mentors like Zig Ziglar, mentors like Jim Rohn, mentors like Dale Carnegie, mentors like Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. So I have read lots of books in my life and listened to a lot of podcasts and watched videos. So by listening and putting more and more knowledge, into my brain to be positive and to look at things in a good way, consistency, trustworthiness, and looking the whole outlook of life changes when we think that there is a law. Universal laws are there. One is law of attraction, there is law of manifestation,
Yeah.
then law of abundance is there, all those things, right? So it's very good to understand that if we have positive things in mind, more positive things will happen in our life. If we are thinking more negatively, more negative things will look, So if we keep on saying that I'm not happy about this, not happy, not happy, then that's what your conscious does not know from good or bad. So you will get more of the same miseries, actually. I write that in my book, Positivity Brings Profitability, the whole neurosurgical, how our brain thinks. And in my new revised edition, I even put more chapters and double the size of the book now, because I really believe we could control our thinking, our mind, if we want to. So Tony Robbins is a good mentor of mine too. Tony Robbins is a big motivational speaker. And of course, lots of them. I mean, I just gave you very few. Eckhart Tolle is a great motivational speaker, and he's written a Power of Now book and, Power of Equation. There's another one, Equation, I think. Then a lot of great, there are mentors out there who can take our thinking to rethink who we are and then set some very specific goals with strong whys, because we can be in comfort zone or we could be in non-comfort zone, right? Uncomfortable. And successful people like to do the things that unsuccessful people don't like to do, and that's what we find. And that's what I teach in my classes and my lectures, that you got to be positive, you got to be single focused. just like, I give example of like a magnifying glass, right? So
Mhm.
in the sun outside, if you put the magnifying glass on the back of your this, and if it's not concentrated ray, it will not burn your back of the palm. So you move up and down and bring it the magnifying glass so that the rays of the sun are concentrated, focused
Yeah.
into one point, it will start burning. So that is the main effect of really focusing our life in our relationships and everything, to try to get a lot more done. Everybody's got 24 hours, but if we can really concentrate on high paying activities, we call them 80-20 Prado principle comes in, right?
Mhm.
80% of the results come from 20% of the activities we do. But what are those 20% activities is so important, so very important,
Yeah.
because that is going to get us 80% of the result.
Right.
No, and then vision board, I'm really big into that. Of course, I used to have the mission statements and affirmation cards, boards are also very popular nowadays. And the key thing is you got to really control our mind and bring it the best of the best attitude. And everything is, Charles Schwindel talks about, it's 90% is us, 10% is outside.
Right.
If we can just make ourselves more motivated, we can reach so many high levels of success.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for that. Actually, that has, I don't know, I have a lot to think about from what you said. Yeah. Yeah. Um, so I guess like moving more towards your business and your company, I guess I was wondering, how did you start in the beginning to like finance your business, or like finance your first like real estate investment? And as of now, I guess, like how do you, I guess I
Sure.
know how you make money, but like did you
Sure.
have like a business model going into it?
Totally. Yeah. But what happened was, in the early parts, of course, whatever we could save, we'll put like, 10-15% down and buy single family homes, right? That was easy. But when we started buying apartments for millions of dollars, you have to pay about 30% down as a down payment. And then you get the loan from the bank for the 70%. So that's when I asked my family, friends, people through syndication to give me the down payment. I
Right.
was the syndicator or organizer. And then for organizing the deals, I got paid. So there is like some certain fees you get paid for, putting the deal together, raising the money, getting the loan, and putting your name on the line, and then
Right.
managing the asset and all. That's how I started making money to invest more and more into purchasing more. But the best thing I could really do was my mentor taught me how to raise money through presentation, through webinars, through meeting with people one-on-one and
Mhm.
sharing with them, educating them how they could get 10, 15, 20% returns per year,
Yeah.
and they believed in me. So they kept on putting money into each LLC we formed, a limited liability corporation for
Yeah.
every asset. That's how we did it. I have raised about $179 million now so
Wow.
far. That's a lot from
Yeah, that's very
a
impressive.
simple guy who came with $7 in my pocket.
Yeah.
My thinking got bigger, and then my education, helped me. That's why I wrote the book, Syndication Made Easy. As an
Right.
engineer, I was very much overwhelmed, but I like to build systems and keep things simple. So that's why I wrote that book, Syndication Made Easy, and a lot of people are liking it. And
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna have to take a look at that after.
oh, for sure, for sure,
Yeah.
please do.
Yeah. I
Yes,
definitely want. Yeah.
and it's also in audio too, by the way. So this way,
Okay.
I hired a outside gentleman. He did a very fine job in audio. This way, the same concepts, and maybe you might like to even learn further and further, because as you become IT specialist, I'm sure you want to also put your money in the right place, and tangible assets of real estate are really, really great. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
you know
So,
so money actually came mostly from investors. This 650 million which I have now, portfolio and everything, I started with only, I think, $1,000 of my own money. What?
yeah.
$1,000, literally, because
Yeah.
my investors kept on giving me investments, and that's what fueled my business, right? Every
Right.
time I needed to buy a building, I'll go to the investors and they will say, Vinny, yes, we like it. So they'll keep on giving. And now I think we have high investors are close to $4 or $5 million they have put into my different deals.
Right.
So they believed in, trust came or things like that. They saw the returns, and then they will put more money,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it sounds like you've had a lot of success in all of your different endeavors. So I was wondering if there was any, I guess not necessarily like failures, but like major like setbacks or things that you would have done
Lots
like
of
differently.
setbacks,
Yeah.
lots of setbacks. Oh my gosh, I can write the whole book on that. I should. Of course, the biggest thing setback was when I got started. I joined a partner, and not to really say anything against her, the person. We just didn't jive together,
Right.
integrity wise, trust wise, things like that. So that was a big mistake that carried on for many, many years, but then other mistakes I have made are, again, you hire the right personnel, you find the best possible questions to ask them, and they do good for certain period of time, but then they don't start, they start looking into, how can they could take advantage, let's just say that, right?
Yeah.
So that has been some setbacks in my business, but I always feel like, everything that comes with a adversity has a solution. And
Right.
I've been sued few times. Every investor, every entrepreneur gets sued, many times for millions of dollars. I have always believed in keeping great attorneys on my team members, and then they are able to fight. And I'm happy to say, after all these litigations and everything, what happened, nothing really went far away at all. And millions of dollars, they were not they were settled, for less than few thousands of dollars, and nothing from my pocket, from the insurances,
Oh,
right there.
okay.
But a
Yeah.
lot of, hardships have come in due diligence. When you buy a property, you don't know what you're buying, and you come across, sewer lines broken, and air conditioning units, and the roof leaks, and those are all part of business.
Right.